In this video, I will go over all the diagnostic tools that were available in Flight Sim Manager to find various problems with your current flight simulator installation. A lot of reverse engineering and research was done to bring some of the unique tools to you. First, we have Scenery Diagnostic. This section checks for errors in scenery config. The errors might contain mismatched layer, where scenery number does not match the layer ID, layer conflict, where same layer is assigned to different scenery, scenery hole, break in scenery serial, and obsolete path, where the scenery path does not exist. There is also an option to remove all duplicate entries. Next is a scary subject to me: land class files. When I first started collecting sceneries and meshes, the first thing I read was to always have a texture folder for each scenery when it is placed outside Flight Simulator path. It was suggested that I create the texture folder if it already didn't exist, otherwise the scenery will not work properly. Later, I came across some meshes with a README file which explained that these are land class files, and if placed outside Flight Simulator path, there should be no texture folder. To make matter even more complicated, seems like if the texture folder has the autogen files required by the land class files, you must have the texture folder. So, from many tests, my final understanding is Terrain Engine will by default search for its land class textures in the companion texture subfolder. If it finds none, it will use the terrain textures located in the default scenery world texture folder. But the memory consumed by this search will not be released. So by ensuring there is no companion texture folder, this memory leak doesn't occur. Normally a land class file name starts with LC. But that was not good enough for me. I tried to figure out how to differentiate between normal mesh and land class file, and have tested with around 20,000 meshes. With that technique, FSM can scan your scenery and warn you of any such offending files with texture folder. There will be option to fix it. If any land class file also used autogen, in which case it should have a texture folder, you will see an advisory message against relocating it. For aircraft, FSM can scan all installed aircraft for problems. Return results will be displayed based on severity. This includes missing textures, model, .air file, panel files, aircraft sound, invalid ATC, checklist, and more. Gauges Diagnostic scans for unused gauges. This can be safely deleted, but FSM can also back it up as compressed file to save disk space. While scanning for missing gauges, FSM will also show the aircraft that is using that gauge. FSM has a search option built in to search internet for missing file. For missing sounds, well, I have come across quite a lot of aircraft distribution with additional sound files, which needs to be copied to the Flight Simulator sounds folder. These files provide sound effect from the gauge. I don't think not having all the sound file causes any of the problem, apart from of course not playing the sound. This scan returns the file name of the sound file in question, gauge that uses the file, and aircrafts using the gauge. Right-clicking on the missing sound file will pop up with a search menu. You can easily search in Google or AVSim for the selected file. Note, for safety reason, FSM will not search through the panels for unused gauges in Flight Simulator 2004. I can't remember why though. Effects Diagnostic will search for unused effect, and similar to gauges, you can either delete or backup. These effects are most often used from aircraft. However, some sceneries also use them. FSM will ask if you wish to analyze the scenery. Based on the number of active scenery, this process may take a long time. For missing effect, there is also a similar search method. Texture Diagnostic will scan through all your scenery texture to find duplicates with main texture folder. Only files that are identical will be displayed. After renaming these texture files, Flight Simulator will load faster. Also, it has been suggested that it might cure some CTD or crash to desktop. Click Scan Duplicate to locate all duplicates in your Flight Simulator scenery. It will also display the disk space used. Generally, it is safe to rename the textures. I don't recommend deleting these files. As long as a copy of this file exists in the main texture folder, the scenery will look as intended. However, if you do reinstall Flight Simulator, this file may then be required again. Panel Diagnostic will search for missing panels after analysis, where it will show you all the used aliases. Missing files will be highlighted in red. In such cases, you should edit the aircraft panel alias to a valid one. Sounds Diagnostic works similar to Panel, showing aliases with missing files highlighted. Any backup made through Flight Sim Manager will be available in repository with easy restore feature. The backups are created during aircraft installation, cleaning gauges and effects, and updating scenery. It might be that the file you're trying to restore already exists in Flight Simulator, in which case FSM will either overwrite the original file while making a backup, of course, or skip the file based on your selection. That was a quick glance on how FSM can be used to diagnose and repair your sim. Oh, did I mention? Flight Sim Manager had won the prestigious Gold Award from FlightSim.com. If you want to see this project make a comeback in year 2020, with support for the latest version of Flight Simulator, Explain, and others, please give this video a thumbs up, leave your comment, and check out my Kickstarter page. There should be an URL in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a safe day. Signing off.